Hello everyone, welcome to Maths with Mr. J, and today I'm going to show you how to evaluate chain exponentiation or power tower, or we still call it iteration. If you have this type of question, what you do, you solve from the third power, from the top to bottom. You don't solve from bottom to top. What we do, we say solution. 3 raised to the power of 2 raised to the power of 4 raised to the power of 0 plus 3 raised to the power of 2 raised to the power of 0 raised to the power of 4 plus 3 raised to the power of 0 raised to the power of 3 raised to the power of 4 is equal to, we first consider the top two powers. If we consider the first one is showing 4 raised to the power of 0, and in law of indices, any 10 raised to the power of 0 is 1. That is to say, n raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. If that be, this will change to 3 raised to the power of 2, 4 raised to the power of 0 will give us 1, plus 3 raised to the power of 2, and we consider these first two, top two powers. 0 raised to the power of 4 is equals to 0. In mathematics, 0 raised to the power of positive number, let's say n, is equals to 0. 0 raised to the power of 4 is the same thing as 0 raised to the power of 4 is the same thing as 0 times itself 4 times, which is 0 times 0 times 0 times 0, which will give us 0. So the top here will give us 3 raised to the power of 2 raised to the power of 0. We consider this first two, which is 3 raised to the power of 4. 3 raised to the power of 4 is 81. So this will give us plus 3 raised to the power of 0 raised to the power of 81. How do we get 81? It means 3 raised to the power of 4 is the same thing as 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. In 4 places, 3 times 3 gives us 9, 9 times 3, 27, 27 times 3 gives us 81. Then we continue. If we continue, this is equal to, we have to consider the first two top powers again. 2 raised to the power of 1 will give us 2. This will change to 3 raised to the power of 2 plus 2 raised to the power of 0. We come back here, which says any 10 raised to the power of 0 is 1. This will give us 3 raised to the power of 1. And the top two here is 0 raised to the power of 81. And we have here 0 raised to the power of any positive number is 0. So this gives us plus 3 raised to the power of 0. We move further. This is the same thing as 3 raised to the power of 2 means 3 times 3 gives us 9 plus 3 raised to the power of 1. Any number raised to the power of 1. For example, x raised to the power of 1 in mathematics is the same thing as x. If that be 3 raised to the power of 1 is 3 plus 3 raised to the power of 0, which we have proved before, which is any 10 raised to the power of 0 is 1. So our final answer is 9 plus 3 plus 1, which gives us 13. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. This is the final answer. If this helped, please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.